all started with a Navitimer that I saw on the wrist of a Royal Australian Air Force pilot, and I loved the idea of the slide rule dial, and that's what made me ask him about the watch and how it worked. And my responsibility for NASA was time and navigation and communication. This communication device, which is the watch, the Navitimer, was ideally suited to what we needed, with the exception of a 24-hour dial. So I wrote Breitling, and when I got home and said, this is the watch that the American astronauts would like to wear. We don't need the tachymeter scale, but we do need a 24-hour dial, and we need the slide rule. And that's where it happened, all in Australia. The idea came from an assignment that NASA gave me. I was responsible for time navigation and communications, and the time part of that assignment involved a wristwatch, and I jumped at the chance to help in the design of a watch specially adapted to the American astronaut specification. And 5 days before my flight, the watch, according to my specifications, arrived. But it was, and I understand the difference, it wasn't called astronaut, it was called cosmonaut. But that's fine, because we, the Soviets and the Americans were competitive, but we were working with the same problems. And I thought, let's just keep the name cosmonaut on the watch, even though an astronaut will wear it first, because it was a show of friendship. In the spacecraft, I didn't have any cause that I remember for doing any calculation with the slide rule dial, but it was a supremely accurate backup timer if needed. It was needed all the time as a backup, but not used as a primary, because there's a great big one on the dial, on the instrument panel. In aviation, you should have, for every vital function, a backup. And time is certainly a vital function, particularly when retrofire is so important. But the watch I used in the spacecraft went back to Breitling, and it was in a museum for a long time. It was replaced by an identical watch, but the one I flew with is in your museum somewhere, and it was a watch that I wore with great pride for a long time, because of what Breitling dreamed up for the Navitimer. I was very proud of that particular watch, because I had had a chance to work with Breitling in a small way in the design of the watch. That made it sort of like my own watch. All my good friends in Japan, I have a great fondness for the Breitling watch that I wore in flight. It's a marvelous timepiece, and go out and buy a whole bunch of them.
Welcome to New York. I'm very happy to be here today. Hello, Japan. Today is the launch of the Navitimer Cosmonaut. So Cosmonaut is a symbolic model for us. So it's the 50 years of the first watch, but it's also a very modern product in a way, because it symbolizes a challenging spirit, because it's a watch for astronaut people who train very hard to make their dream come true.
1 year ago, this time, my crew was at Baikonur. We were ready for the launch towards the International Space Station. I wish to all Japanese people success and health. I know that you struggle with this and you'll win in this battle. Good luck.
But I've been a fan of Breitling watches, and I think certainly this watch is a symbol of the connection between people and space. The first one of these flew in 1962, the Cosmonaut watch with Scott Carpenter. I flew a Breitling watch on my last couple missions, and hopefully one day will again in space.
Hi, say hello to our Japanese friend. Here we are in New York, and we're happy to say hello to you. As you can see, I am with Mr. Scott Carpenter and the two Breitling girls, not Japanese girls, Breitling girls. So if you want to see me next year in Japan, you have to increase the uniform of your girls. And I hope you are going to enjoy our new product, and especially the new Cosmonaut. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay. Nice to see you.